In today's video, we'll talk about 7 overlooked aspects of cruising travel. While many highlight the positive sides of cruising, they tend to overlook some minor details that might impact a passenger's onboard experience, especially for the first-time cruisers. That's why in this video, I'm sharing 7 facts and curiosities about cruises that people often overlook. These insights might help you prepare before boarding, avoid unpleasant surprises, and turn your experience at sea into a breeze and unforgettable occasion. Let's go! Hello cruise mate, welcome to Cruising the World. I'm Horton Novak, and each week on this channel we talk about everything related to cruises and travel. Today we are going to explore 7 things that people don't often talk about regarding cruises, which I hope will make your next experience at sea both enjoyable and unforgettable. So without delays, let's embark on this journey and unearth some details you should know before setting sail. Cruise ships also have limitations. As you know, modern cruise ships come in many sizes and configurations. It is true to say that even the smallest of these vessels are like floating cities, capable of housing thousands of passengers and crew while providing several activities, amenities, and onboard services through each voyage. However, one thing that isn't mentioned very often is that certain areas and amenities on board, such as swimming pools, spas, and restaurants, like the ship's buffet, can become overcrowded and sometimes nearly impossible to access during peak times. Of course, this type of problem differs from ship to ship and can become much more noticeable, potentially affecting overall experience on board due to several factors, including the vessel size, capacity, and the number of passengers aboard being among the most common ones. When sailing on a cruise ship at maximum capacity, it's wise to prepare for long lines in the challenge of finding some beds by the pool or tables at the buffet during breakfast or lunch. Smaller ships typically follow more traditional standards and, among other things, present a viable option for accessing ports and regions that would be unreachable by larger vessels. On the other hand, they offer limited spaces and attractions compared to the giants of the seas. Although this overcrowding issue can also arise on large ships, it is less likely because these vessels typically provide many more dining options in areas for passengers to explore than their smaller counterparts, including extra pools, eateries, and bars. Consider exploring alternatives for the ship's buffet on embarkation day and during sea days, as these are typically when most passengers flock to the restaurant for breakfast or lunch. Additional expenses. This topic catches many passengers off guard after boarding. The onboard extra costs. As one would expect, many features and services are included in the price of your cruise, such as meals at several restaurants and cafes, as well as onboard activities and entertainment. However, not everything the ship offers is included in your fare. Drinks, excursions, spa services, and even internet usually come with an extra cost that you should anticipate. Many ships also feature specialty restaurants, usually unique establishments like a steakhouse, Italian restaurant, or even themed venues that require separate reservations and payment for passengers who wish to dine there. Although they incur an extra cost, these restaurants are quite popular for special occasions on board, such as anniversaries or birthdays, and among admirers of unique experiences and refined cuisine. Unless you are taking a luxury cruise, which typically includes all the items I mentioned, it's wise to check with your travel company regarding what your package includes, so you can plan your budget and avoid surprise at the end of the voyage. Safety and emergency protocols. Safety always comes first. Once you're board, be sure to do your homework and complete your master drill. This way, you are free to explore and enjoy the ship without any other worries. During the emergency procedures, the crew will demonstrate all necessary actions in case of an emergency, including the meaning of the alarm tones, how to wear a life jacket, and where to go and proceed in the unlikely event of an emergency on board. The master drill is mandatory, and by law, all passengers aboard must take part before the ship can leave port. As a result, it is common to hear warning in several languages, urging passengers to complete the must drill to prevent delays to the ship's scheduled departure.
For guests who do not watch the live chat demonstration on the app, we'll give you a live presentation at your assembly station. We'd like to thank all of our guests who have already attended and remind everybody else that this process is mandatory.
These days, following the pandemic, most cruise lines have revised the processes, enabling passengers to watch instructional videos either on the company's mobile app or on the cabin's TVs. Super convenient, right? After watching, just proceed to your nominated station and sign in to confirm that you have viewed and understood the information in the video. After that, you can relax by the pool and enjoy your voyage. Entertainment and onboard activities. Looking for entertainment? You have come to the right place. Cruise ships offer live shows, theater productions, cultural activities, theme parks, sport programs, and even options for children. However, while they are typically included in your package, the most popular shows often need to be reserved to the company's app, at the ship's box office, or at the ship's guest service desk. Otherwise, passengers risk missing the show or being stuck waiting in long lines for potentially available spots. About 10 minutes before the show starts, if passengers with reservations have not arrived or the theater isn't full, the crew usually allows passengers without reservations who are waiting in the line to enter. Another point to mention is that some cruise lines offer special shows, classes, or presentations that are not included in your cruise fare. These exclusive events often include meals and come with an additional fee. Additionally, many of them have limited spots, since they take place in smaller venues on board the ship. So if you're interested, it is essential to pay attention to the ship's schedule and make a reservation as early as possible to avoid missing out on the opportunity. Keep an eye on the ship's schedule and plan your time well to make the most of everything the ship has to offer. Have fun! Adapting to the sea conditions. Today, most ships take every precaution to avoid rough seas and are fitted with various devices, including stabilizers, which are activated to reduce the ship's rocking in unpredictable sea conditions. However, even with all the preventive measures and technology in place, the rocking of the seas can affect passengers who are more sensitive to motion, especially if the ship encounters rougher waters. If you tend to get motion sick, it's a great idea to book cabins on lower decks, preferably in central parts of the ship, as these areas tend to rock less. Additionally, pack medications or anti-sickness bracelets in your luggage as a precaution. It's always better to be safe than sorry and make the most of every moment on board, right? If you haven't brought your medication, you can always visit the Onboard Medical Center. As a last resort, slowly eating a green apple, which is always available at the ship's buffet and snack bars, is a simple and effective trick I learned from a crew member during a turbulent voyage. I assure you, it really works. Interaction with the crew. Talking about crew members, the crew is the ship's heart, playing a crucial role in making sure each passenger enjoys a fantastic experience during the cruise voyage. These dedicated professionals put in long hours, both day and night, spending months away from their families and loved ones to ensure everything on board runs smoothly. It is essential to treat them with respect and empathy, especially given the cultural differences and communication challenges that may arise. Small gestures such as a smile or a simple thank you can transform ordinary moments into memorable experiences. These actions bring joy to those around us and foster an atmosphere of kindness and friendship on board, boosting everyone's experiences during the trip. Not only will your journey be more enjoyable and memorable, but you will also have the chance to build genuine and unforgettable connections with the crew. Every crew member brings fascinating stories and insights from their countries, cultures, and travel, providing a unique opportunity to learn from and be inspired by their experiences. Believe me, these interactions can enrich your journey, transforming each moment on board into a meaningful and inspiring experience. Environment impact and sustainability. The cruise industry is increasingly aware of the environment, implementing a range of actions on its ships to minimize the impact and footprint. Many companies have already installed water treatment systems on their ships that desalinate seawater for onboard consumption and treat and separate materials from water used in kitchens and bathrooms for safe disposal, both at sea and on land. New technologies such as the introduction of liquefied natural gas as an alternative fuel have been widely adopted on newer ships. reducing the emissions by at least 25% compared to traditional fuels. There is much more to be done, and as a passengers, we can also play our part. Simple actions such as reusing towels and minimizing water and food waste can significantly lower emissions and help protect the marine ecosystem. Together, we can protect the places we love to visit for future generations. Cruises offer an absolutely unique experience, and staying informed can make all the difference. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you won't miss any of my cruise and travel tips. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps me bring you new videos every week. If you have encountered in your cruise adventures any issues I didn't mention, or believe that one or more tips from this video could have enhanced your cruise experience, please don't hesitate to share them in the comment section. Who knows, your story might assist one of our cruise family members, and it could even be featured in one of my upcoming videos. For today is all. Happy and safe travels. See you in the next video.